I'm going to show you exactly how you can increase your email revenue. This is a system I've been using forever and it's fail proof. If you go through it forever, there's no way your email revenue doesn't increase. So let me present to you the flywheel right here and how it works. So you're going to test emails, test new variables. I'm just going to go into more details later, but right now, just try to understand or get a feel of the system. So you're going to test variables every time inside of your emails. Then you're going to analyze the data, basically like a split test. Was this variant a win? Was it not? And then after you analyze the data and you get a real feel of what exactly made the email a winner, you're just going to replicate that variable over all of your emails going out. So your campaigns, your automations, everything, and see basically if the thing that you think was winning is actually a winner. So if your email performances get better as a whole, now that you tested it inside of a couple of campaigns here, now you're testing it across your whole funnel and you're seeing, okay, is this still winning? Then you make it evergreen. So you put it in all of your automations and you scale it up. And every person that comes inside of your email funnel is getting exposed to that winner. This is how the whole system works, and you need to go through it forever, eternally. Test new variables, again, if it won, analyze the data, get a feel of why it won, get them to scale and make them recurring, automated, and expose your whole email list to it. So that's basically the system. Now let's get into exactly how you can make it work for yourself. So the first step is test more. And by test more, I mean these two main things. So the first one is going to be your volume. So how much email can you send without hitting diminishing returns, or how much are you ready to send? So how many emails you can send and get away with without getting diminishing returns. This is by far the most common mistake I see across all of the email account I audit. Most brands are sending way too little email. If you're sitting here sending 4 campaigns per month, so that's about like 1 email per week, you're very much missing out if you have a huge email list. So try sending 8, increase your campaign volume, and 99% of the time, you're just gonna collect more revenue. Even if your conversion rate dips a little bit, your volume and how much you send is gonna account for that. And say you get a 25% decrease in your conversion rate, but you're sending 2 times as many email, it's still gonna make sense for you. The math is still going to work out in your favor. And after you test volume, another thing is testing variety. You can do them at the same time, so increase volume and diversify your emails. But yeah, this is the 2 main sections that you need to test. Variety is essentially going to be how diverse your angles are. A lot of brands, they're selling very direct response emails. So all of the time, every single email that is going out is buy now, buy now, buy now. Get this new offer, get this new thing you need to buy. Never educating about their product, never telling people why their product is great to begin with. And this is terrible because you're burning your list. A lot of the time, if people can predict what is going to be inside of your email, they're just going to stop opening and you're going to get poor results with your email strategy. So use variety, educate people on why your product is great, why they need to buy it, and you're just going to simply get more results out of your email marketing efforts. That's just as simple as that. So yeah, you're just going to plain and simple get more results out of your email marketing strategy, because 97% of the market isn't ready to buy right now. And if you're successfully getting them to the stage where they're ready to buy, then it's just going to make more sense. You're going to get more revenue. So yeah, that's just how it works. And then the second point is going to be analyzing that whole test data that you created for yourself. Now that you're regularly testing, now you have some data to analyze. So for example, right here, you have a test of a product block. So let's say in an email, you're selling these 4 products, and in another email, you have like maybe these 2 that are different or these 2 that are different. You're going to analyze the data, and a lot of brands, what they do is they're just looking at the click-through rate. Okay, what we advertised had a lot of click. Let's just send that same product block again. So yes, this is like decent. If you do that, you're gonna just do better than most people who don't even look at their click rate and just send email blast. But another thing that you need to do is, right, you send that email to people, these 4 products, look exactly what product had the most click and what journey had the most people buy at the end. So for example, if people click on this product and they're buying a lot, then you can be like, okay, I need this to be my hero product. I need to use this in all of my header image in the next email. Use it in the first scroll. Advertise that product more, because you see that getting people to that product page or to wherever clicking this redirect them to, clicking this obviously triggers a lot of purchases. Get people to click on this link way more. This just makes sense. But if you're only looking at click rate, there are a lot of things like that you miss. I highly recommend that you pay attention to more numbers, because the more numbers you pay attention to, the better you do on the revenue side. So yeah, get deeper in your analytics, and a very easy way to do that is you have a list of buyers inside of Flywheel. Click on every person who bought's profile. The people who bought, just click on their profile and look at exactly what email they clicked on, what product pages they saw, what landing page they've been on. Look at exactly that and push these pages more to people who haven't bought, and you're going to see your conversion rate is just going to massively improve. Once you've done that, you're going to scale the winners. So using the last example, you should create more campaign about what got you the most qualified, because you're going to see that a lot of the time what people click on is not necessarily what gets you the most purchases. So you're going to see that not all campaigns that have a high click rate are going to have a high placed order rate. So not all people that click are the most qualified all the time. And so getting a feel of what pages convert the best and what product you need to advertise to get them on the best converting page, getting a feel of that is just going to get you very high ROI. Most people notice when an email does great, but they don't dig deep to understand precisely what variable contributed to that high revenue. And the closer you can get to understanding that, the more consistently you're going to be able to create and scale win. And the faster you're going to be able to go through that loop, right? You're going to be able to create more relevant tests, analyze the data better because you're paying attention to the number, scale winner, and we're going to get into the next step later. But this flywheel, everything is just going to get so much easier. You're going to flow through it way faster, and you're going to make way more email revenue. Analyzing data bit is very, very important. Yeah, send more emails about the winning angle and confirm that it works, because sometimes you're going to have a hypothesis. Okay, I sent this email, it did great because X, Y, and Z reason. And as you're going to scale winner, you're going to realize like, okay, I made more emails about what supposedly works and it stops working. It does not beat your performances. You basically made the wrong hypothesis. Sometimes it's going to happen and you're going to need to test more again and go back to analyzing the data to make more winners. And you're going to need to basically go back to testing, analyze the data, and create a new hypothesis to scale. But yeah, the only way you can certify that your hypothesis was right is through scale. Sometimes your hypothesis is going to be wrong. You can't just update all of your emails, stop looking at the data and be like, because it won once, it's going to always win in all of the email. You can't be like that. And sometimes your email performance are going to get better once you update all of your emails, but sometimes that's not going to be the case, even though you applied a winning strategy. When you scale, all of your performances increase, then you can go on to the next step and make everything evergreen. So for example, let's say this product gets you a lot of clicks, a lot of purchases, and every time that people click on this, you redirect them to a specific landing page that again converts great. Now that you know that, you need to advertise it this way in the first bit of your email instead of what you used to do before. Right here, a product block, oftentimes this is in the second half of your email. Like this is not the first thing people see, but instead of having it here, for example, you will have it in the first scroll. So as soon as people open the email, they see the product and they click a lot. This is going to increase your click-through rate and increase your purchase rate. This is the hypothesis that has been confirmed so far. And again, why do you need to place it in the first or upper half of your email? Is because that first scroll, the first thing people see on mobile and on desktop when they open your email, that first thing they see is responsible for 80% of your email success. So this is definitely something you need to do. Advertise what people click on and what people buy off of in the first scroll of your email. This is super important. And another thing that you need to do is advertise that product more in your main top of funnel flow. So for example, in your site abandonment and browse abandonment flow, so these are like flow that are triggered when people go to your homepage, when they go to your product page. So at that stage, people aren't really too sure what item they should purchase. So at that stage, just advertise the product that you know has the highest likelihood of getting them toward purchase. Maybe they won't buy that, but you know they'll go back to your website, that they'll go and look around, and that they will end up shopping, or at least they have the highest likelihood of doing so if you advertise that particular product. So this is definitely something you should advertise every time people don't really know what they should go for on your website. Okay, now if you want to work with me directly to have your whole email marketing system completely done for you, so we will run through that flywheel of testing, analyzing your data, scaling winner, and make them automated. We're gonna do all of that for you. So writing the email, designing, distributing, like everything will be taken care of, and we will guarantee that you add a minimum of $30,000 in new monthly revenue for your e-commerce business. We'll do all of that, and you only pay after it works. We are compensated following a performance-based model. If that's of interest, go to the first link in the description, apply to work with me, and we'll have a call to figure out if we're a good fit. If we are, we'll get started. So yeah, go to the description, book your call, and I'll talk to you then. Cheers.